Hi everyone, it's me Emily. Today I'm doing a speed build on my island, and this is actually the first build I've done that has been properly inspired by a book. So the inspiration for this is the Grimm's fairy tale of Hansel and Gretel, and I think if you haven't read it, it's quite common, so you maybe have heard of it, but it has this witch who makes the whole outside of her house look like gingerbread and cakes and sweets so that these two children get lured in. And I thought that having a witch on the island would be quite fitting anyways, because so many stories, and especially fairy tales, they do have that witch character. And I'm going to be building this into my main forest, so I have a whole forest section on my island, and I'm going to do a little path leading outwards towards where the witch's house will be. I actually currently have Sky's house here. Oh yeah, Teddy spoke to me when I was filming this. But yeah, I currently have Sky's house in place of where the witch's house will be. I don't know if it's ideal to have her, only because she's quite a nice villager, but maybe I'll put someone a little bit more interesting or creepy in place, but for now Sky's going to do it. And once I get further in the Happy Home Paradise DLC, you can customise villager interior and exteriors on your island, so I was thinking of giving her more of that classic gingerbread and sweets themed outside. So the kind of idea is that the outside looks very cute, very pretty, very inviting, and then on the inside I will give her that super creepy cauldron and skeletons and make it look like a proper witch's interior, because the kind of idea is that they get lured in by the really pretty outside of her house. But I need to play the DLC a little bit more before I can unlock that, but that will be in an upcoming video where I actually turn the villager's house into the kind of witch's hut, so that's the plan. I started by using a dark dirt path. I wanted to do something that just looked a little bit different to the rest of the pathing I have, so I thought using an in-game path would kind of set this part aside, show you that it's meant to be a bit of a different build to just my main forest. And then I accented it with just a few little bits of the 9-tile path I have, so you can see just along the edges I used some of that pathing, which I really like because it makes it tie into the rest of the forest I have nearby, but also does still set this nicely apart as its own thing, its own witch's area. And I'm also adding a few of these little green codes just in between, just to give some dimension, make it look cute. So the outside is not going to be a completely accurate representation. I want to use the trees to make it look really dark and overgrown and intimidating, because I feel like that's kind of important for the foresty vibe. But because it's meant to be inviting, and in the story these two children kind of get lured into the house, I'm going to be using sweets on the floor. I'm going to be dropping some star fragments just to make it look like you would be invited in. So I came through, I have some lollipops and the candy from Halloween, and there's that really iconic part of the fairy tale where Hansel and Gretel leave breadcrumbs behind, and that's how they find their way back to the house the first few times they get led into the forest. But I didn't really have a way I was going to include breadcrumbs, but I guess for Trail of Sweets it kind of does mimic that as well. So I liked that because I feel like having a trail of items on the floor was going to be important, because classically they have those breadcrumbs, but I think this is a cuter way of kind of showing that. I came through with a few other tiles of path as well, which is where I'm going to be placing flowers. And I did have this creepy skeleton item which I was going to use and place it right outside of the door, but I couldn't make it fit there, and then I kind of decided that it would actually be better not to have anything creepy on the outside, because again, the idea is that you don't really know what you're walking into until you actually enter that house, so that's kind of a plan. I might change my mind though, because I was thinking once I eventually get the dream address of this island, way in the future, once this island is completely finished, you wouldn't want to, you won't be able to see inside of Sky's house, because I don't think you can enter villager houses on Dream Islands, or you can, but only if they happen to be in the house when you visit or whatever it is, so you wouldn't be able to consistently see into her house. So the other option would be to make another player on this island, and then they could have a little house that was set up to be the witch's hut. So I'm going to consider that, but I do know that I can, that would take up a lot of space on my island, because already I'm thinking it's going to be hard to fit 10 villagers here and give them each a unique house and something cute. So this would be a good way to kind of use up a villager house. But I'll think about it more. I'll see how I feel once I get closer to finishing. In terms of flowers, I only used really dark flowers in this area, so I used the black cosmos, the black roses, and then I had the purple pansy as well. And I'm picking out some star fragments here which I'm going to use and drop just to add to the kind of mystical, whimsy vibe that I feel like this part of the island should have. And glowing moss, of course, is just a staple if you want to make something look cool and intriguing. I really do love it. And this little squirrel, how cute. I definitely wanted to put him down somewhere. I really do love that code. By the way, if you want any of the codes I'm using, just leave me a comment and I will find the code and tell you what its ID is, because I'm yet to pick all. I think it's 100 codes you can have now on your island. Once I pick 100, then I'll do a video talking like every single code through so that they're all in the same place. But for now, you can just leave me a comment. And with that, the build is done. I think this is nice and simple, but it looks really cute. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!